Ooh, that's a...
Oh, hell no. I know just who to call. I know just who to call for your ass.
911, what's your emergency?
There's a wild thug on the loose in Indiana. There's a thug that plays for the Phoenix Mercury, a goon named Alyssa Thomas. She goes by the name Alyssa Thomas. You need to go arrest this thug. She tried to murder a lady named Caitlin Clark on the basketball court. She tried to punch her in the...
Basketball fans have seen plenty of heated rivalries, hard fouls, and controversial no-calls over the years. But every once in a while, one moment ignites a debate so intense that it overshadows everything else that happened on the court.
Even before that, Alyssa Thomas knees Caitlin Clark in the groin, then puts her fist into Kate Clark's neck, and then nearly stomps on Clark while stepping over her. The ball is already gone by the time any of that happens, and despite a ref being right there, they didn't call anything. Not long after that, Clark was again targeted, another blatant...
That's exactly what unfolded during the latest matchup between the Indiana Fever and the Phoenix Mercury. Within minutes of the final buzzer, social media was flooded with slow-motion clips, passionate reactions, and one question that refused to go away: did officials miss something that could have changed the entire conversation? Some fans argued it was simply tough, physical basketball. Others believed the contact crossed a line and deserved a much stronger response from the league. As millions of viewers examined every angle, the controversy quickly became bigger than a single play. Was this just another split-second basketball incident, or has it exposed a growing issue the WNBA can no longer afford to ignore? Before jumping to conclusions, let's break down exactly what happened and why this moment has everyone talking.
That is it. Tonight is where I draw the line. WNBA, if you do not review what happened to Caitlin Clark, I am going to non-stop talk about this until the end of my days. The Indiana Fever go down in their rematch against the Phoenix Mercury. I don't even care about that because much bigger things are at play. It was expected to be a big game. After the melee that ensued a couple of days ago between the two teams, multiple texts were called, ejections. It was just really high tense. You could cut it with a knife. Ergo, I expected this game to be called very tight whistle. Any player hits the floor, watch like a hawk. And in my lives, I do sometimes talk about there are two players in the league that I don't particularly care for, but I never want to say who they are because I want to be able to call their game fairly and acknowledge how good they are on the court, and I never will.
When the Indiana Fever and the Phoenix Mercury tipped off, fans expected intensity. These two teams had already built plenty of tension through previous matchups, and with Caitlin Clark continuing to attract national attention every time she stepped on the floor, the spotlight was brighter than ever. What nobody expected was that one sequence during the game would completely overshadow the final score and ignite another league-wide debate about officiating, player safety, and the future of the WNBA. For most of the first half, the game delivered exactly what basketball fans wanted. Every possession felt meaningful. Every defensive stop mattered. Neither team was willing to give an inch, and the physical nature of the contest reflected two teams determined to prove a point. Hard screens, contested rebounds, and aggressive defense became the theme of the night. Then came the play everyone started talking about. It happened so quickly that many viewers watching live barely noticed anything unusual. Players were battling for position, bodies collided, and everyone immediately turned their attention to the next possession. The officials allowed play to continue without making a major call, and the game moved on as if nothing significant had happened. But today's sports world doesn't stop when the whistle blows. Within minutes, clips from multiple camera angles began appearing across social media. Fans slowed the footage down frame by frame, pointing out moments they believed deserved another look. Some argued that the contact was simply part of professional basketball. Others insisted it crossed the line and should have resulted in a more serious penalty. That disagreement immediately divided the basketball community. One group believed the officials made the correct decision by letting physical players compete. They argued that basketball has always involved contact, especially between elite athletes fighting for every possession. From their perspective, slowing down a split-second play can sometimes make ordinary basketball actions appear far worse than they actually were. The other side saw something completely different. Many fans believed the sequence reflected a pattern that has followed Caitlin Clark throughout her rookie and sophomore seasons. They pointed to previous controversial moments involving hard fouls, physical defense, and missed whistles, arguing that the league has struggled to establish consistency when officiating games involving its biggest star. Whether those concerns are justified remains a matter of debate, But one thing is impossible to ignore. Every incident involving Caitlin Clark receives enormous attention. That level of scrutiny isn't surprising. Clark entered the WNBA carrying unprecedented expectations after one of the most celebrated college careers in basketball history. Her arrival helped increase television ratings, ticket sales, merchandise revenue, and national media coverage. Millions of new fans who previously paid little attention to the WNBA suddenly began watching games every week. With that popularity comes pressure. Every turnover becomes a headline. Every big shot trends online. Every hard foul is replayed thousands of times. Every officiating decision is analyzed by millions of viewers. That's exactly what happened after this game. Instead of discussing offensive execution or defensive adjustments, nearly every post-game conversation centered on the disputed play. Television analysts debated whether officials should review similar situations more aggressively. Former players shared different interpretations based on their own experiences competing at the highest level. Fans filled comment sections with passionate opinions, often reaching completely opposite conclusions after watching the exact same replay. That contrast highlights one of the biggest challenges facing professional basketball. Officiating is incredibly difficult. Referees must make split-second decisions